Welcome back to Math Magic Mindset, where we explore the interconnectedness of math throughout different fields. Today, we will be exploring the connection of math with finance with Mr. Pankaj Gupta. So, to start us off, could you just briefly introduce yourself?
Well, Devansh, I've been working in field of finance as a CFO since last 29 years. My large part of experience have been into auto component manufacturing organization, and currently I'm into a company which is making flexi packaging based out in Gurgaon.
Wow, such a long history. So, my first question is, when I say the word math, what do you first think of?
Well, maths bring a lot of connotation. One is certainty, objectivity, and something which can define something quantifiable. So I think if you have to reach somewhere, this is a way maths bring a certainty, and that is where probably this subject as a subject stands apart from all other fields of education. You may have 10 different answer to a puzzle when it comes to any other subject like Hindi, geography, or chemistry or anything. But when it comes to maths and physics, this is an area where there is a definitive one right subject. So I think it brings orderliness in your thought process. That's what maths I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. Such a profound thought. So, if I were to ask you, how do you use math in your day-to-day financial decisions in your job?
So let me take you back. I mean, not just because I'm in the field of finance and I'm a CFO, and that's why maths come close to me. Maths is something which is, I will say, a way of life. When I say so, name any profession. It is all about maths. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So, for example, a driver who has to go from, let's say, Delhi to Chandigarh, he has to calculate first how many hours he will take, what kilometers is there, what is the average of the car, and then he will bring calculation, he has to charge this much. So a very basic, a painter, he calculates the area of the house and then he multiplies by the unit cost and then he charges you. Trust me, maths is a way of life. What is more pertinent in the case of my role as a CFO? Yes, it's a bookkeeping and accounting, where people sometimes get a little scared about. That's a tough subject. When it comes to complicated algorithms, algebra, equations, people get little binomial, people get little more jittery, but those are what basic we use in day-to-day life as a maths as a subject is board mass. Simple addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. These are the four fundamental things which I personally feel, literate or illiterate, everybody is a finance man. So in my field, of course, extensive usage, but I can vouch for that any person, even housewife who does a job or any job requires involvement of maths.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, even I just see everyone using maths in their day-to-day life. What I found fascinating was this idea of a mathematical bent of mind, using that mathematical mindset, that way of life. So, how important would you say it is to develop that mathematical mindset early on?
You don't need to develop anything on this. To be honest, if I may say so, let's bifurcate the maths as a subject, as a course when you are a student, vis-a-vis maths, applied maths in a day-to-day life. So, talk of a illiterate person working in a kitchen. He calculates how much of guests are coming, how much of vegetables to be cooked. He's using maths. There's no calculation. It's a common sense, but that's a maths. It's a quantification, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't need to develop anything. You just need to realize that it is there. It is there. And just it is so simple. You need to just simply learn and let it flow into your ecosystem. So my sense is it is as you gain consciousness in all other senses, maths comes naturally to you.
Yeah, I never realized math is basically everywhere around us. So, if for example, you were not doing finance, what job would you think you would be pursuing? What would you be doing?
Quite good question. But let me think over. Yes, for sure. As a subject, maths came always close to my heart. Being from a background of dad had been engineer, so maths is something which I loved doing and loved experimenting. So from since childhood, if I recall. So by the way, I'm a BSc Physics and then a CFO. I don't have a accounting qualification per se. So and one of the reasons I went to physics was because I was good in maths. There's a lot of maths and physics go a little closer to as a subject, as a domain. I think I would have been in the field of education and probably teaching the maths only.
Wow, sounds fascinating. So, what would you like tell our viewers and like students of maths, maybe potential people who are going into finance or any role, any message regarding mathematics?
So, first of all, I'll say is you need to treat this as a simple subject. It is we don't need to get scared about maths when it comes as a subject. That's my first recommendation. Like it or no, in the life you will become a finance person. Everybody has to become a finance person. You will not require complicated, as I said, algebra, complicated theorems. That may be for scientists and researchers. But for running the life, you have to be a finance person. You don't need to be an accountant. So basic finance is a must, right? Having said that, at least to be literate financially, one has to, forget the like and dislike, learn the basics of maths. And that affinity and affection with maths have to be there in my sense. Scoring in the exam is a very secondary thought. But, basic learning of maths, because this is something which is inherent to your life. You will be a finance person no matter what you do. An entrepreneur running, let's say, a boutique, have to have finance and balance sheet end of the year, right? So she is not required to score hundreds out of 100 in maths as a subject, but the basic thing has to be under. This is probably a subject in your career which will help you throughout your life. You may not use chemistry, much in your life. You may not use history for your day-to-day profession, but maths is something. You name any profession, I can prove the guy is using maths.
Yeah, that's what we aim to do at this channel, in fact. Well, thank you. This has been a really insightful session. I loved learning your insights.
I really appreciate what you are bringing the message to the people and wish you all the best, Devyan.
Thank you.